I want to also tell you, by the way, I took a class at Yale by one of the leading experts of Indian Islam. She's actually from a Hindu background, even though she's agnostic. I took a class with her, and it was in her class I wrote about many things, including the Abbasid dynasty. Her main thesis, and she's coming from a Hindu background, by the way. She's not a religious person, but her ancestry is Hindu. Her main thesis, which she proved throughout that class, was something that I had never even heard of up until I took that class in 2005 or 2006. Because my whole life I was believing Indian Muslims and Indian Hindus have always been fighting one another, right? Her thesis, which she proved in her dissertation, and throughout the class she kept on referencing evidences. Listen to this. There was never religious tension in India until the British came. The British, as a policy, instigated religious hatred. They were the ones who fomented anti-Muslim attitudes in the Hindus and anti-Hindu attitudes in the Muslims. And they did this, why? Who can tell me why? Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. For 200 years, they kept on brainwashing each side to feel religious hatred for the other. And of the simplest evidences, which is mind-boggling in its simplicity, she said to us in the class, you can look at every single battle ever fought in the history of India after Ibn Qasim's reign, after that first generation. When you had a Muslim emperor or a Raja, Hindu or whatnot, you will always find in the Muslims' army some Hindus, and in the Hindus' army some Muslims. It was never a purely religious war. It was always politics. And Hindus and Muslims generally got along fine, and she always would say the first riot between Hindus and Muslims happened under British watch. In all of India's history, there was never a mob, Muslim versus Hindu. There was never a riot based purely on religious grounds until the British came and they fomented that. And then in 1947, both sides realized they cannot live with one another.